Hello everyone, welcome back to my booktube channel. This week's video is going to be an overall collection of every single book I brought to school with me. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm a full-time college student. I'm actually in my last in-person semester of college, and obviously I brought books with me. Did I bring too many? The world may never know. I'm going to show you every single book I brought with me. Let's do this. First up, I brought the Brutal Birthright series by Sophie Lark. I am missing two of them. One of them is on my bed, and I'm currently under my bed, and I'm not going up there to grab it. I will put pictures of the ones that I don't have, as well as I don't have the first one because I read it a couple months ago, and it's at home, and I wasn't going to bring a book that I already read to school with me. So I will just show you the ones that I do have. The first book is Brutal Prince. Second book is Stolen Heir. The third book is Savage Lover. Fourth book is Bloody Heart. Fifth book is Broken Vow. Last book is Heavy Crown. These are all interconnected standalones following people in the mafia, whether it's the Italian, Irish, Polish, Russian, whatever the fuck, it's all mafia. I'm absolutely fucking loving it. Right now I'm on Stolen Heir. For right now, this is what I need. I just finished a book that absolutely fucking broke me. It was a 5-star, but it was probably the most frustrating 5-star I think I've ever read in my life. The last thing I could do after finishing that book was go into another book that could possibly give me that feeling. I just am not ready for it. Not that I don't think I'm gonna love this series, because I do really like Sophie Lark. I love her writing and I love her characters. Mafia always seems to just like put me in a different kind of mood, and I needed to be in a different kind of mood. Next, I brought the last two books in the Salacious Players Club series by Sarah Kate. I read all of the other ones. The first one is Praise, second one is Eyes on Me, the third one is Give Me More, and the fourth one is Mercy, and then it's Highest Bidder, and then Madam. A little nervous to read these. I'm a little nervous to read this one more than this one because the age gap in this one, it's gaping. And I'm a little bit nervous to see how exactly these two people know each other and when they meet. I don't know when I'm gonna read these, probably for when I just need something light and spicy. This book is kind of long. Also, it's kind of like fucked up, right? It's like focused on my face. Can we focus on the book, please? There we go. It's like it has too much page rather than like I don't know. Next up, I brought the Playing for Keeps series by Becca Mack. These are hockey romances, and I don't know anything else about them. I do know that there is another one after this one, after the last one, that we are waiting for. I'm not sure when it comes out, but there is going to be another one. The first book is Consider Me. The second book is Play With Me. The third book is Unravel Me. And the fifth book is... Fourth. Do I know how to count? I don't think so. The fourth book is Fall With Me, and then there's another one coming out. I don't know what it's called. Something With Me. Next up, I have the last 4 books in the Addicted Calloway Sister series. The first book is Addicted to You. Second book is Ricochet. Third book is Addicted for Now. Fourth book is Kiss the Sky. Fifth book is Hot House Flower. Sixth book is Thrive. And then we have Addicted After All, Fuel the Fire, Long Way Down, I'm Kind of Perfect, which is the epilogue novel. I've been reading this series for no joke probably 2 years, and I have yet to finish it. So I need to get with the fucking program. I'm determined to finish this series before I like move out of my dorm completely in the beginning of May. I am determined. What's the word? What's the phrase I'm looking for? Hold me accountable. I will fucking read this series. You need to force me. Next up, I have 2 books by the same author, so I'm just going to show them at the same time. Wild Eyes and Hopeless by Elsie Silver. Hopeless is the last book in the Chestnut Springs series. I'm a little bit nervous to read it because this is a lot of people's least favorite. The first book is Flawless, Heartless, Powerless, Reckless, and then Hopeless. I don't have any of the other ones with me because why would I bring them? I already read them. And then I have Wild Eyes. This is the second book in the Rose Hill series, which is like the spin-off series of Chestnut Springs. They're all in the same universe. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a spin-off, actually. It's just all in the same universe. The first book in this series is Wild Love, and then Wild Eyes, and then we have Wild Side coming out soon. Very exciting. I know I'm gonna read this book either at the beginning of February or at the end of January because I want to listen to it, because Teddy Hamilton voices the main male character in this book, and I love Teddy Hamilton. I'm excited. I am gonna read this for sure. When I'm gonna read this, Lord knows. Next up, I have two books in the same series, so English? So we are gonna talk about them at the same time. Pucking Wild and Pucking Sweet by Emily Rath. This is the second and third book in the Jacksonville Race series. The first book is Pucking Around. I read this book a couple months ago and I absolutely fucking loved it. So I'm very excited to read these two. But I'm just not in the mood for it right now. These books are quite long, and while the chapters are very short, that's something that I did really love about Emily Rath, is that even though Pucking Around was like 500-600 pages and there was over 100 chapters, all of the chapters were like 3 to 4 pages. It was absolute fucking perfection. I don't mind long books if the chapters are short. We gotta balance it out somehow, and that's the perfect balance. So when I need spicy hockey, I know I can rely on these because that is something that Emily Rath does very well. She will bring the spice. Next up, we have more hockey. But these are dark, so we're switching up a little bit. This book I actually already read. This is the second, third, and fourth book in the Pucking Wrong series by C.R. Jane. First book is the Pucking Wrong Number. Second book is the Pucking Wrong Guy, Pucking Wrong Date, Pucking Wrong Man, and then the Pucking Wrong Rookie comes out at some point in 2025. There's also a little novella called The Pucking Wrong Christmas. I read The Pucking Wrong Guy last month, and I really liked it. And I was immediately going to go into the Pucking Wrong Date, but I stopped, and then like I was moving in and all this other shit back into my dorm, and I just lost the urge to read dark hockey. But what I did find the urge to read was this bullshit right here. This, before Stolen Air, this was the book that I was reading. This is A Love Letter to Whiskey by Candy Steiner. This is not a review, but let me just say I gave this book 5 fucking stars. Let's focus on the book here. I tabbed the actual living shit out of it. This is one of my favorite standalones of all time. This is one of my favorite books now, ever. This book was so incredibly frustrating, but so beautiful at the same time. It is one of the most well-written books I think I've ever read in my life. Please go fucking read this book. If you hate this book, you know what? I actually kind of understand. I personally ate this shit up. I literally finished reading this book like a few days ago and I still have not recovered. I still am thinking about this fucking book. Now, moving on to the book that I tried reading after A Love Letter to Whiskey, but failed miserably, Say You Swear by Megan Brandy. I've been meaning to read this book for actual months. I have honestly still failed. I'm still a failure. You know what? It's okay. I got 4 pages in and I just couldn't do it just because I know the trope in this book and I know it's gonna frustrate me to some degree, and I'm just not ready for that level of frustration because I just finished A Love Letter to Whiskey. Sometimes I need a book that I can sink my teeth into. This was that for me. I was able to sink my fucking teeth into this hoe, but after reading that, I don't want to sink my teeth into anything. I'm not ready for that yet. And I knew that I was gonna want to sink my teeth into this and need to, but I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't in that mindset. So that's why we're reading Stolen Air and as much of Brutal Birthright as I can get through. Next up, I have Love Unwritten by Lauren Asher. This is the second book in the Lakefront Billionaire series. I read Love Redesigned, which is the first book. Here it is. I read it a few months ago at this point. I read it probably more towards the beginning of 2024, I would say March, April, and I still have not read this book. I'm sorry. That's all I can really say. I'm sorry. It's just so long, and this is another book that I know that I'm gonna want to and need to sink my teeth into, and I'm not in a sinking my teeth into books mood right now. I'm just not. Next up, second to last, I have 2 more books to talk about. The first one is The Wall of Winnipeg and Me by Mariana Zapata. I want to step into my Mariana Zapata era so fucking bad. And I want to start with this book, either this book or From Lukov with Love, which is right here. These are all standalones. Mariana Zapata, I really like that about her, is that I know that I'm going to be able to read one of these and not have to worry about reading a sequel or a prequel or any other bullshit like that. Also had this fucking book for decades, but I just have not read it. And I don't really know what's stopping me. I think part of it is because it's not dual POV, which I don't really love, but A Love Letter to Whiskey was not really dual POV, and I ate that shit up. So maybe it's just a me problem. And last, but certainly not least, Her Soul to Take by Harley LaRue. This is the first book in the Souls trilogy. The second book is Her Soul for Revenge. The third book is Soul of a Witch. This is the first one. I actually started this book. I DNF'd it, but not because of anything that was wrong with it. I think I just like put it down and like never picked it back up for whatever reason. I don't really know why. So I am gonna like completely start over. I think I got to like chapter like 13, 14 or something like that, and then I stopped. I'm just gonna completely start over because duh. But I'm excited because it's dark romance and it's paranormal romance because the main male character is a demon. Love that. Well, I am excited for like that aspect of it, and I did kind of already read that, but then I kind of stopped. Yeah, that is everything, guys. That is every single book that I brought to school with me. I think it's like 25 to 30, somewhere in between there. I don't really want to count, so I'm not going to. But yeah, that is everything. That is every single book that I brought to school with me. Oh, now the fucking camera angles. Shit. Goddamn. I need to stop swearing so much. I need to be a lady. Anyway, hopefully I will read the majority of them. I know I definitely won't read all of them by the time my semester ends, but hopefully I will get through a good amount. I hope you enjoyed this random yap session. Yeah. Bye-bye.